Good morning. It's Dr. Toker here with another little healthy tip on why you should be drinking water. Now, I'm always surprised when patients tell me that they don't like drinking water. I've never understood that. Like, water is an essential thing to life. You know, you can only live like 1 or 2 days without water. You can live months without food, especially the average American. Like, I right now have 32 pounds of fat I could lose. 32 pounds of fat, and that's just the fat. I don't know how long I could live on that. It's a long time. Okay, so I could live a long time without eating, but drinking is critical. So why is drinking critical? First of all, your body is mostly water. You're a giant walking bag of chemical reactions. And these chemical reactions take place in what's called the aqueous state. That means in a fluid environment. Now, fluids are very interesting in that the pH of each cell, of each chemical reaction, has to be just right for the reaction to occur. You have to have just the right salt levels and so forth and so on. The body is, if you've ever doubted if you were made by a creator, please don't doubt such a thing. Because if you knew how complicated it is just for one chemical reaction to take place, much less to create us and this world around us. So each reaction has a very, very specific amount of energy that is required, salt levels that are required, a pH, electronic radiance, et cetera, and every cell in your body is capable of making its little environment perfect. But it has to have water to do that. It has to have micronutrients and salts to do that as well. Oh my God, I'm messing up my camera. So it has to have salts to do that. It has to have water to do that. But today we're going to talk about water. Why is water important? First of all, for these chemical reactions, you're tired all the time. You know why? Because you're dehydrated, right? So you're trying to lose weight, but you can't. You know why? Because it takes less water to maintain a fat molecule than it takes to maintain a muscle molecule. You can starve yourself all you want to. If you don't have water in your system, you're going to lose the wrong stuff. You're going to lose your muscle. You're starving your body of calories and you're starving your body of water. Oh, I guess that means we're just going to hold on to fat, right? So you want more water in your life to keep the muscle alive. You want water in your life for these energy-producing chemical reactions. Got to have water for that. The other thing is super duper important, and we touched on it in other videos, is that to lose fat, let's say, I've got 30 pounds to lose. To lose fat is not just restricting our diet. When we restrict our calories, our body starts to burn through energy stores. We want it to burn through our fat energy stores. As it burns through the fat energy stores, it's going to liquefy fat. Little fat molecules are going to go to your liver, so you have to have a healthy liver. That liver is going to break up the fat into little ketone bodies. And if you don't expend the energy of the ketone bodies and you are dehydrated, your body will turn those ketone bodies back into fat. If you are well hydrated, those ketone bodies are very soluble and you wind up urinating them out, which means you're peeing out fat. Oh my God, if I've said nothing today of any interest, that ought to be interesting. You're actually urinating out calories if you're in a ketotic state. And to be in a ketotic state, you need to restrict your caloric intake. You need to stop intaking carbohydrates. But you also need to limit the amount of fat you take in. That's where people go wrong on this keto diet thing, but different lecture. Anyway, so you should restrict your diet, increase your water intake, and do some muscle resistance exercises. And this is going to help us burn fat. And then you're just going to pee out extra calories. Oh my God, it's like a bonus. God is so good, right? So you want to drink your water. Now, some people are like, well, water is so boring. I like the boring water. It's got no taste. Okay, that's cool. I'm not a purist, right? If you want to put a flavor in your water, you can. Just avoid caffeinated things because caffeine causes dehydration. And I think I just explained why we don't want to be dehydrated. So if you want to flavor your water, please do so. Don't use something with artificial sugar in it because that kills your GI tract bacteria. And I have another talk that talks about why you don't want to kill your GI tract bacteria because they're good for you. So if you need to have something kind of sweet in your water, then they do make water flavorings that are sweetened with stevia. Stevia is an herbal supplement that's quite sweet. Consider that. Alrighty? So drink your water. Stay hydrated. How much? Well, at least 64 ounces a day. And there are some people who will drink 130 ounces a day. You can get too much water, believe it or not. You can drink so much water that you wind up diluting out the salts in your diet. So I'm not suggesting that. But I am saying somewhere between 64 ounces and 100 ounces. That's not a bad start. Let's do that. Okay? And so just keep track. The modern water bottles are typically 16 ounces. So I think if you're drinking 5 of those water bottles in a given day and just treat it like medicine, 1 in the morning you wake up, 1 at 10 o'clock, 1 at noon, 1 at 3, 1 at 6 o'clock at night, let's say. And then you know you've been hydrated. I also will use an app to keep track of my water intake. It is extremely, extremely important whether you're trying to gain muscle or lose fat, or our mantra in the spa is to gain muscle and lose fat, right? Strong is sexy. That's what we want to do. You got to drink water for that. All right. So we look forward to seeing you guys sometime real soon in the very well hydrated state. All of our body sculpting equipment requires that you have hydration on board for the best effects. And honestly, that is a lecture unto itself, that fascinating technology where we build muscle and lose fat, all in some very, very simple procedures in the office. Okay, if you like any of these healthy tips, like our YouTube channel, subscribe. What the heck? Okay, be our friend. I'm friendly. Be our friend on the Facebook and the Instagram. Maybe give us a good Google review. More importantly, come by the spa, say hi, see what's kicking. Everyone there is so awesome and very helpful, and one big family, so I hope to see you there. Our job is to make the world a healthier place. Give you your energy back, have you lose a little weight, gain some muscle. All that means you gotta drink your water. I'll see you soon.